Will members and guests please rise?
What a magnificent Bible to be standing next to here. Mr. Speaker, you know what? Is it okay? Can we be seated?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
You know, let's be seated. Don't get nervous. It's just that when politicians speak, people look at their watch. When clergy speaks, they look at a calendar. And when Mr. Speaker was sharing about his children and his beautiful family, I couldn't help think, gee, I'd love to do that as well. Talk about my kids. One of them is here, hiding kind of all the way in the back there. But we'll just take a moment or two. I have 10 children. No, we won't go there. I wasn't completely certain that I was permitted to invoke God's name today at this honorable gathering, but when I did see so many Bibles out there, Elder, that was a beautiful thing to watch, wasn't it? Seeing all these Bibles out there. I figured that when you say, "So help you God," pronounce as part of the ceremony, I guess it was okay, because you never know these days. Many years ago, I had a congregation in Miami. I was invited to give an invocation for the Dade County Commissioners. They had sent a letter a few weeks earlier indicating the clergy was asked not to mention the name of any specific deity so as not to offend anyone. And there was a long list that included Jesus Christ and Yahweh and Allah and Vishnu, and it went on and on. So when I was called to give the actual invocation, I said I wasn't sure which name to invoke. I said the only one that wasn't on the list was Shirley MacLaine. I don't think they appreciated the humor. I was never asked back. But being back in my home state, I feel much more comfortable. So Avinu Shabashamayim, our God and God of our ancestors, we ask your blessings on this special gathering and ask you to grant your wisdom upon those who lead our state. There's an ancient blessing in Jewish tradition that's to be said upon seeing a head of state or a legislator, and I'm honored to be able to recite it today. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shenatan michvodo levasar vadam. We are blessed by you, Lord our God, sovereign of the universe, who has shared his honor with human beings. But not just any human beings. These people sworn in today who share God's honor are our neighbors, including my Luzerne County neighbors, like Representative Carroll and Mullery and Bobak, like Eddie Day Pashinsky, who was a school teacher in our community whose smile and amazing music still inspire, like Tara Toohill, who, like my family, has been foster and adoptive parents. It's one thing to support advocating for Pennsylvania's children. It's particularly uplifting to know that we have representatives who actually take neglected children into their own homes and make them part of their families. It seems like just a few years ago, where'd he go? Where's Aaron? Oh, okay. Yeah, it seems like just a few years ago that Aaron Coffer became bar mitzvah at Temple Israel in Wilkes Barre, and that's probably because it was just a few years ago that Aaron Coffer became. Needless to say, he's grown to be a truly worthy member of this august body, truly worthy of sharing God's honor in this esteemed group of leaders. At a recent event, I was in the presence of some of our local political leaders, and among them happened to be a member of our United States Congress. I made the faux pas of asking him how he liked working in Harrisburg. He glared at me as he said, "You mean Washington, D.C.? I didn't say it then, but I will now. This is where the action is. This is the body that's made up of our neighbors who truly represent God's honor. What the 203 of you and your staff and support teams do, this is what really counts. You are a blessing to all Pennsylvanians. I hope I won't be offending anyone if I share 3 short sentences with you from a really good book that's been on the bestseller list for, about 3,000 years. Aaron may remember me saying it to him at his bar mitzvah. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'choneka. May the Lord turn his face to you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God turn to you and grant you peace and success for the sake of your neighbors. Amen. Mazel tov.
The Sergeant at Arms will open the doors of the house.